So how many of us know what $1 trillion is? Yeah, everybody says, yeah, well, I know what a fucking $1 trillion is. But you ever really thought about it? Alright, well, let's start small. Let's start with $10,000. $100 bills. Okay, we can understand our little stack of $100 bills, $10,000. If we had 10 stacks of that, we have $100,000. Pretty easy to understand. If we made $100,000 for 10 years, at $100,000 a year, after 10 years we'd have $1,000,000. Theoretically, no taxes, no bills, ideally. So at $100,000 a year, it would take us 10 years to get to $1,000,000. Now, let's say we were lucky enough to make $1,000,000 a day. Every day. How long would it take us to get, forget a trillion, how long would it take us to get to 1 billion, which is 1/1000th of 1 trillion? It is 1/10 of 1% of $1 trillion. A billion. How long would it take us to get to 1 billion? Well, at $1,000,000 a day, it would take us 1,000 days to get to $1 billion. So for 32 months, at every day you get $1,000,000. Every day when you wake up, somebody gives you, here's another million, here's another million, here's another million. It would still take you 32 months at that rate just to get to 1 billion. So how many days would it take us to get to 1 trillion? Well, you just take that number and multiply it by 1,000. And 1,000 times 1,000, it's 1,000,000. That means at the rate of $1,000,000 a day, it would take us 1,000,000 days to get to $1 trillion. Now let's think about that. I know the question you're thinking. I'm glad you asked. How many years is that? How many years is 1,000,000 days? Well, you would be getting $1,000,000 every day for 2,740 years. Okay, so the next time you hear that number being batted around, the 1 trillion, forget about our $16 trillion deficit right now. When you hear about I'm sorry, national debt. When you hear about, our budget has a deficit of $1 trillion in one fucking year, that's a problem. In order to pay that back, we'd have to make $1,000,000 a day for 2,740 years just to pay back 1 trillion. Okay? Big fucking numbers, people. Big fucking numbers.